I'm a little bit in the dark here. It's because my eyes are more sensitive to light, so if I put the camera a little bit close, even though there's a little bit of light coming from the screen, from the blacks, backlighting and the white text and such on the camera, it's not even enough to light up. But actually, with the light sensitivity of my eyes, if I put the light of the screen, because the back even illuminates. But anyway, it's not enough because it's the distance. If I put my finger, near to the camera lens, anyway, it doesn't really see because of the sensitivity on my tinnitus at the moment, because I'm trying and get a catnap. So it's different when you're laying on your back, and then you go to sleep, and then you're rolling side to side, left to right, such. As well as I'm kind of moving my eyes a bit, and I'm noticing the kind of the sound of the tinnitus, the hissing sound is kind of modulating. It's kind of like as if it's almost trying to fade out, so to speak. So all I need is a nap, count some sheep, meh, and this is all we can do. I mean, otherwise, being awake and in a vertical position, it's a very strange phenomenon, tinnitus. The study research into it is very long and in depth and very thorough, with test subjects. I'm not sure if anyone wants me as a test subject, because to look into how to combat the inner ear noise. And of course I'm rolling and left to right side and trying to think. I'm probably also changing the balance of the fluid, because there's a fluid in your ear, okay, and it's probably moving it, from side to side. It changes left to right, on the sleeping on the side. Anyway, I'm going to do the video and then I'm going to stop it, but I'm not going to bother maybe typing it to upload it. I may try to, and then I'll just get some sleep. Not that I want to. I've got a project to do, sound SAS project. It's the next level of raising the THX bar. I have to say, those daytime exciters, they're pretty good. They got they got several things you could do with them. You can a trial and error little thing, the little exciter. They're very trial and error, but they're low sensitivity compared to other speakers. But then most other speakers sometimes are low sensitivity. But I want to see if I can start rigging a few of them up to a separate amplifier, because they need to be amplified separately, so I can do level balancing between just basic level balancing between the exciters and the JBL 8330 Mark II, and just do some level balancing. It's kind of tricky. Do I go with using a Crown CTS 8200 amplifier, which has got a DSP? I didn't know you can get those amplifiers also without the DSP software or such added, because I've seen one on eBay very cheap, and of course the amplifier itself is a little bit notorious for sort of fault snags with them, but those are usually, some of it is usually fixable with new components that need to be replaced, because they probably rushed it. Crown Harman International, they probably brought a load of cheap grade components, put it all together, and then you say, hey, this is a great amplifier and it's going to cost this amount of money. Ridiculous, but it's very odd. It only took a few years before it was discontinued. I'm not surprised. It's technically flawed. Yeah, I think their engineers just kind of got like a little bit too much for their ego, so to speak, and like they say, too many chefs spoil the broth, and you got all these blimmin' engineers. They're trying to stuff all this into a blimmin' amplifier, and you just end up with a coherent bloody mess. And then when it's out in the real world and it's gets it doesn't take long for so many people to report, it's having this snag, and everyone else is reporting more or less the same thing. I wonder if I could just go into the amplifier and just disconnect all the software thing, and just have it so it connects as only as an amplifier, because it's not really a big deal, really, but it is a big deal, because the DSP on it and all that is 8 channels of it. If I wanted to use outboard DSP, that would be, say, typical, say, like a Behringer or a DCX. That's a 3-channel input, ABC. So, with 6-channel outputs that can be assigned, you can assign all 6 outputs to play, say, from a single LFE input, and so you got subs, 6 of them, around the room, and then you just say, hey, you take another DCX, okay, and put another LFE signal into that, so you got 2 DCXs, and it's better to buy them second-hand cheap, and then you can go up to as many as 12 channels of output for the sub-bass LFE, whatever. You can't kind of mix channels together, sort of thing, like if you got one LFE going into, say, channel 1 or channel A input, and then have channel B and C for, say, I don't know, left and right channels, full range signal going into it, and then you crossover filter it, and then can you blend the LFE signal into those other channels? No, it can't do that. It can't do any sort of mixing sort of thing like that, like a simple audio mixer can. I thought it would be able to do that. It's possible, yes, to do that. And you could do sort of other things as well. Anyway, I'm just rambling, so anyway, I'm shutting off now, so I'm just going to get a cat nap.